Wednesday on Melrose Mountain, Tryon, North Carolina. Higher ground is the name of our place. Sometimes when I study the Gospels, I have to go and look at all four of the Gospel accounts. You see, sometimes the same story is told in each of the four Gospels. And this is true today with Matthew 12, Mark 3, Luke 6. All tell the same story, the story of the scribes and the Pharisees, the legalists of the day of Jesus who are trying to trap Jesus. They have deliberately placed a man with a withered hand in the synagogue on the Sabbath. They're just praying that Jesus will heal the man's hand, and then they can accuse him of doing work on the Sabbath. You see, one of the interesting things about religion is that it's not just about legalism or liberalism, but it's a balance. And so many times we miss the real point of things. We get so legalistic that we miss the joy. We get so liberal that we will go for anything and stray away from the scriptures and what they teach. Well, the withered man was there in the synagogue and Jesus saw him. I imagine it was quite interesting to see a man with his right hand, according to Luke 6:6, with it withered. You've seen somebody that has lost the use of an arm or a hand, and the arm literally, because of the muscles deteriorating, wither away. And they were trying to trap him, and Jesus said, "Is it wrong to do good on the Sabbath?" Of course, they wouldn't answer that question. It was a horns of dilemma question, kind of like asking if you've stopped beating your wife. If you say yes, it means you once did beat your wife, and if you say no, then you're still beating your wife. Well, he put him on the horns dilemma, and then he asked them a question. If a sheep that you have falls into a pit on the Sabbath, would you not reach down and pull it out? Well, he says, aren't you more valuable than a sheep? And so he asked the man, and he says in Luke chapter 6, verse 10, stretch out your hand. Now, sometimes we gloss over that and fail to realize this man hasn't been able to move that hand for years. So many years his hand has become withered. And it certainly would be easy for the man to say, I can't. I haven't been able to do that for years. But this man is a man of faith. And at Jesus' command, he stretches out his hand. And it tells us that his hand is restored. As a matter of fact, in Matthew chapter 12, verse 13, it says it's restored to normal. Now, I don't know about you, but if I've had an ailment, a leg or an arm or whatever, it takes time for it to get back to its usefulness and to normal. But here, it's an immediate healing. Now, the reaction of those that are watching is quite interesting. They're filled with rage. They want to kill Jesus. They miss the whole point. And that's what I want to share with you today as your thought for the day. Some people are always looking for faults. They're always looking at the negative side of everything. And they miss the real joy of life. Some really miss the purpose. Some miss the joy and compassion that you can have for others. Recently, one of the nurses that was treating the man in Texas that had Ebola became ill with the disease. She was healed. She was cured. Now, there were doctors, medicine, blood transfusions, and extreme care given to her. But one of the things that she did was she praised God for the healing. And she praised the fact that many people were praying for her and her appreciation for those prayers. So what happens? The atheists of this world began to complain and bitterly say, why didn't she thank science? Why didn't she thank doctors? Why didn't she thank nurses? Why didn't she thank the blood transfusion? Well, she had done that. And she wasn't belittling the efforts that were made by man. But she didn't want to miss the joy of knowing that God's hand was involved as well. He is, after all, the great physician. They're looking for the negative, looking for the downside. Instead of rejoicing with her that she was healed from a disease that was killing people, they looked at the negative side. Don't miss out on the joy of life. Don't miss out on what's really important. And don't ever think that God can't do whatever he wants to do. You see, Jesus is Lord of all, or he's not Lord at all. And you need to just turn to him, give thanks, and call upon him in your times of need. That's your thought for the day. God bless you and have a great day.